Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Nisha. Today we are going to talk about something that happens every single time you connect to the internet, but nobody ever tells you like what what is this NAT. So let's start. So NAT is a network address translation, and by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what it is and why we need it and how it protects you without you even knowing. So let's get into it. So okay. So before I explain what is NAT, so let me tell you a small story. So imagine you live in a huge apartment. So that building has one main address, let's say 123, it's a main street. But inside that building, there are 50 different flats, flat 1, flat 2, flat 3, and all the way to the flat 50. Now, when someone wants to send a letter to you, so they write 123 Main Street on the envelope. So the postman delivers to that building, right? And then the building manager figures out which flat is belongs to and deliver to it you, right? So your device works exactly the same way, and NAT is a building manager. So what is this NAT? So NAT stands for Network Address Translation. So here, when you connect to your phone or laptop or smart TV to your home Wi-Fi, so each device gets its own private IP addresses. For example, your phone might get 192.168.0.5, or your laptop might get 192.168.0.10, and your TV might get 192.168.0.15. So these are all called as a private IP addresses. So they only work inside your home network, right? The internet cannot see it directly. So now your what this router will do, that is where the NAT will release. So takes all the private IP addresses and convert them into one single public IP addresses. When data goes out from the internet, you can see here it will take your private IP and it will convert that into the public IP addresses. And when response comes back, at that time again NAT will convert the public IP to the right private IP and delivers it to the correct device. So that is exactly what the NAT does. It translates between private IP and public IP addresses back and front and every single second. So for example, here I'll give you one real life example, right? Uh, right now you're watching my YouTube video, right, on your laptop. So your laptop has one private IP address. Let's say it is like 192.168.0.15. So that is your device address inside your home network. So when you click on my video, so your laptop send a request. The request went to your router first. Your router is also called as a default gateway. So it is a main door between your home network and the internet. So now your router has a public IP address, right? So let's say something like 203 and 445, 67 and 89. So that is the address internet actually sees. And the NAT steps in here, like it takes your request, which says it is coming from the private IP 192.168.0.15 and replaces that with a public IP 203, 45, 67 and 89. Then it sends out to your YouTube server. So YouTube receives the request and sees a public IP like 203, 45 and 67, 89 and sends back to your video to the address. So the response come back to your router. So what router will do here? NAT does it a second job. So it translates the public IP back to the private IP and private IP like 192.168.0.15 and later delivers your video to your laptop. And all of this happens in a less than a second without pressing a single extra button, right? So why we need this NAT? You can ask me like, why we need this NAT? So now you might be thinking, okay, Nisha, what is the reason behind this? Why we need this NAT? So number one, like IPv4 is running out. So remember we talked about the IP addresses in previous videos. Like IPv4 only supports the 4.3 billion addresses, and there are way more than 4.3 billion devices in the world today. So with NAT, one single public IP address can be shared by the hundreds of devices inside a home or a office. So this saves the billions of IP addresses from being wasted. So number two, NAT adds the security. But why? So your private IP address are hidden from the internet, right? So when you browse the internet, so website only sees your router public IP, so they cannot see your individual devices. So this means the hackers cannot directly attack your phone or laptop from outside your network. So NAT acts like an invisible shield. So number three, it is automatic. So you do not need to do anything. Your router handles the NAT completely on its own. So you connect to the Wi-Fi and the NAT start working immediately in the background. So again, it will take your private IP and again it will convert that private IP into the public IP. Again, when we'll get the information, again it will convert back the public IP into the private IP. Okay. So so you can ask me like yes. So NAT will convert the private IP to the public IP and public IP to the private IP. So you can ask me like yeah, we understood the NAT concept. Why we need this NAT in cybersecurity? So now let me connect this to the cybersecurity because this is a part most people miss. So NAT is one of the first layer of the protection in your home network. So because your private IP address are never exposed to the internet, a hacker sitting anywhere in the world cannot directly connect to your phone or laptop, right? So they can only see your router's public IP, and to get past the router, they need to break through the firewall and other security layers, right? So this is why in cybersecurity we always say that the router is the first line of the defense, right? And the NAT is a big reason. So here is the important part, like NAT is not enough on its own. It is a layer of the protection, not a complete protection. So hackers have found the ways around the NAT through the phishing. It may be malware, so other attacks that make your device reach out them first. So NAT uh, protects you from the attacks coming from the outside, but you still need to be careful about what you click on and download, right? So yeah, we'll do some like quick recap what we learned. So let's say the NAT stands for Network Address Translation. So it converts your private IP address to the public IP address when the data out to the internet. Again, converts it back when it response comes in. It does automatically by your router. It saves IPv4 addresses because the multiple devices share one public IP, and it hides your private devices from the internet, giving you an extra layer of security. And think of it like a building manager of your home network, and managing who goes out, who comes in. So making sure everything reaches the right person. So that is all about the NAT, one of the most important concept in the networking that almost nobody talks about. So if this video helped you, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and drop your question in the comments. So see you in the next video.